When I was there, it is right there. This meeting's being live streamed. So when I was testing this, it didn't seem to make any difference whether it was speaker on here. In the past, I did have it to where it was echoing back. So I think, but then that would give me once again the opportunity for feedback. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the past, it was giving me feedback. When I was doing the testing, it wasn't. But I'm gonna, and what I was thinking was, it doesn't make any difference except for playback. Right. But I'm gonna knock it off. I think that's a better way to go. It's not, and it doesn't prevent it from recording. Right. It just doesn't play back. Exactly. So,
Oh, we do. Okay.
I'm not sure what things happen when it's
I didn't know you had. Okay, perfect.
I
looks perfect.
I'll see it.
I'm just gonna be right over here. If something starts coming up weird, I'll hide it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
All seated. Sir Knights, we're about to open this meeting in the fourth section. Let our faithful officers assume their respective stations. And the faithful inner and outer sentinel take their posts. Faithful pilot will now advise me if all present are in possession of the proper membership card.
Your order has been obeyed. I report none but faithful knights present, and all are in possession of current membership cards except.
We gotta fill in for our faithful comptroller. Faithful comptroller will call the roll of the faithful officers. Brother Corey?
Faithful Navigator, Chuck Boisvert.
Oh, present.
Faithful Captain, Corbin Carlson.
Present.
Faithful Purser, Mel Phelps.
Present.
Faithful Scribe, Joe Wax.
Present.
Inner Sentinel, Paul Edwards.
Absent.
Absent. Trustee 1 year, Daryl Statsky.
Present.
Trustee 3 year, Tom Coops.
Present.
Trustee 2 year, John Howe.
Present.
Color Corps Commander, Keith Klein.
Present.
Outer Sentinel, James Pavlik.
Present.
Faithful Friar, Father Vitalis.
Excused.
Faithful Pilot, Keith Klein.
Present.
Faithful Admiral, Mike Shaw.
Excused.
Faithful Comptroller, Robert Meade.
Excused.
Chair officers rise. I'm sorry. You can sit down. Faithful pilot, what is the principle of the fourth degree?
Patriotism.
Faithful captain, what is our duty to our country?
To respect and obey all lawful authority, to uphold and maintain those whose duty it is to administer the law, to defend and preserve unspotted and unstained the flag of our country and the principles for which it stands.
Faithful admiral, what other duties have we as faithful knights of our honored order?
To maintain unity, to practice the virtues of charity and brotherly love, to exemplify in all our relations with our fellow man the sublime teachings of Holy Mother Church.
Sir Knights, before entering upon our deliberations, let us acknowledge our dependence upon Almighty God and call upon our faithful admiral to lead us in prayer. All All kneel to stand. We'll be saying the St. Francis prayer. Does anybody need a card?
No. Prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
I'll stand. And so it is, Sir Knights, fealty to Christ begets loyalty to our country, and the faithful practice of our holy religion begets the good citizen and the patriot. Sir Knights, salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, seated. Report of the committees. And we will do the admirals, the Navigators Report first. One of the interesting dates this month is January 28th. And that's when the U.S. and Vietnam ceasefire in 1973. And that's one of the few dates this month. Long sleeve assembly shirts. We talked about this last month. They're $40 now. And it just so happens that I'm going over the teasers tomorrow to pick up 6 shirts. So I think we're going to get 2 double XL, 2 XL and 2 large. So if anybody needs a shirt that doesn't have one, or like me, I'm going through this my second shirt here. So after a while, they just kind of wear out. You wear them off and off. So the March for Life is January 22nd, and I'll let Keith talk about that a little bit further. Later on. Men's Conference, January 29th. And the Honor Guard has been asked to participate. We need at least 4. You can fill me in later. So the other thing that is coming up, and I think this may be in March, is that we're going to have a night mass. And we're going to need at least, I think I was talking to Father Vitalis this morning, and he was asking me if we had 14 extraordinary Eucharistic ministers. So I don't know how many we have, but there's going to be a training class in January. So keep your eyes open in the bulletin. Pretty easy thing to go through, and it's worthwhile, believe me. Now, I'll just briefly mention this. As far as the regalia is concerned, Dennis Shaw said that he, because of knees and hips and ankles and everything else, Dennis just turned 80. He's just not able to take part in the color corps. And so what he's going to do is donate his regalia to to the assembly. I'm not sure of the jacket. I think the jacket is a 40, he thinks, and the pants are a 38. So at some point, we're gonna have to maybe figure out who wants to join the color corps, and if those dimensions work, then we could donate that to somebody. So we do have one other thing that I inquired about. Somebody was wondering when the next exemplification is, and I sent an email to our district master, and he got back to me today, and he said the 8th of January in Idaho Falls. Little quick, a little early. And there's another one in March 12th in Lewiston. So I believe there's a council member that was interested in becoming a 4th degree. So I'll be talking to him hopefully in another hour or so. So anyway, I probably should have, at this point, we have no yes. Let's see. Are there any corrections to the minutes as distributed by email? Everybody read the email for the minutes last month, right? Then they are approved. Reading of bills and communications. We did get a thank you note. But let's see if someone. This is from Janine Revello. Jeanette. So she said to all, this was for basically the color corps, because the color corps supported when her husband was laid in chapel, the color corps stood guard. To all, but she addresses it this way. To all the knights at Holy Apostles, I want to thank you for standing guard at my husband Stanley Ravello's service. There's a beautiful gesture and it was heartwarming. Thank you, Mrs. Jeanette Ravello. And she donated $300. So I don't know if we've received that yet or where that money went. Mel, you haven't seen anything from Robert, have you? Okay.
Oh, yeah, we gave to Robert because it came to me first.
Oh, it did.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. We have another something to read from the VA. This is how the letter reads. On behalf of Boise VA MC 531 patients and staff, we would like to extend our appreciation to you for a donation of $950 of Fred Meyer gift cards in support of our Christmas sponsorship, and $200 in $10 increments for the CLC patients. Community Living Center, the CLC. It is through the efforts of community partners like you that allow us to continue the quality care and services that we seek to provide for our deserving veterans. We look forward to the opportunity to work with you again for future events. Thank you for your continued support. Sincerely, Tammy Lanning, Program Manager. That was nice. Membership committee, and we don't have any applications at this point, I believe. Welfare Committee, Joe,
Nothing new right now. Because Paul's absent that time.
yeah, I think for the good of the order, if any of the knights' names come up that need prayers, let's get those names and I'll give you the addresses and see if we can get them a get well card. Okay. New members and applications, no. Unfinished business. Oh, let me go back. I'm going to read some confusion. Let me read this. We gave the VA $950. We had problems in getting the gift cards from Fred Meyer. Evidently, they don't take large checks. We made out one check for 100, and then we had to make out we made out one check for 850 and another one for 100, because when we grabbed the cards, we had 4 more than we actually needed. Anyway, long story is that when we wrote the check for $850, they wouldn't take it. And so they said, oh, you got to contact your bank. There's something wrong with the check. So I called the bank and there's nothing wrong with the check. Fred Meyer just doesn't take large checks. You almost have to get it pre-approved. I don't know what their dollar limit is, but it's at least $850. The other thing that I wanted to mention is the gift cards, the 20 gift Christmas cards that went out to the vets. There was $120 left over for the bingo fund. We used some of that, and then one of our fellow Sir Knights donated $80 to bring it up to $200. So we would have $10 to the $10 Christmas cards. And at this time, I'm going to call on our Color Corps Commander, Keith Klein, to explain our new Color Corps the loan program for the Color Corps.
The uniform 2022 uniform loan program application we have here. You list your name, everything, signature, and it says, Sir Knight, please understand this program is being offered to those that can commit to active involvement in the Color Corps, including attending training classes, meetings, funerals, and ceremonies where the Color Corps is requested. There's a place to circle your availability, whether it be weekday, weekends, evenings, whatever. So, and then there's an approval process that we have, but it is it 4 payments?
If you have this sheet.
Yeah. Okay. The Sir Knight must request the loan using the loan program application, which is what I was just reading off of there, which must be signed and approved by the faithful navigator, plus 2 of the 3 trustees of the assembly. Said Sir Knight takes responsibility for ordering his uniform from Knight's Gear and ensuring proper measurements are taken and pays for the order. Proof of purchase is provided to the faithful navigator, and he authorizes a loan of $400 to the Sir Knight borrowers out of the pocket over 400. Must pay that themselves. Further costs of sword package if ordered, tailoring of pants, acceptable black shoes and approved white shirt. If sword package is not purchased by borrower will need to purchase gloves and a ball grip. Loaner swords are available for use at events and supplied by the Color Corps commander. When training is complete and the Color Corps commander approves the $200 rebate refund, the balance owed will be applied to the final two payments and/or balance due. If balance is due is less than 200, the remaining balance will be awarded to the borrower. It's just a way of in these times, if somebody wants to join the Color Corps, but is having some financial trouble, Christmas just went past and everything. So anyway, there is a program here that we have come up with that to help people out if they need it. Anything else?
I did want to mention that I had sent out this sheet. I think everybody should have received it in the mail. And it has the links for both KofCuniform.com for the regalia itself, $449, and also the sword package, which is $210. If you buy that, that's from KofCsupplies.com. And so the links are on that email that I had sent out. So what I would like to do now is have somebody bring forward a motion that we accept this new loan program, keeping in mind that we also have a rebate program of $200. If you just wanted that program, then as soon as you went through the training, you would get reimbursed for that $200, the $200 of the regalia. Okay, so I'm looking for a motion for this plan as read.
Faithful Navigator, so moved.
Motion is presented.
Second. So moved. Seconded.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the loan program as read and a seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Do we have, I should have done this before, but do we have any discussion on this? Is there anybody concerned about any of the details or what this is going to encompass? No? Well, the motion was passed. Do we have any unfinished business? Anybody would like to bring up businesses that we haven't completely put to bed yet? No? Reported? Oh. But Tom?
I didn't get very good clarification on who's going to keep track of this loan program. Did you hear me?
Yes. You're right, it's not in this. And it probably should have been. It's going to be a purser, and he will be feeding information back to me as the navigator. Part of this is from Keith. So Keith would relate if the person went through the training.
There's no participation requirements for the forgiveness of the $200 debt.
That's right.
You train.
That's right. You just, Keith would tell me if the person went through the training and we see the receipt for the regalia, then you would get a reimbursement of $200. That program was actually passed in July. If you go back into the minutes, 6 months ago, but that program was passed again this year. Any other discussion? Report of the trustees. Brother Darrell.
We're the faithful navigator, no report.
So the report that is due now, it's in March, I believe.
That's the audit.
The audit.
Yeah, the Supreme decided to let the councils and assemblies have until March 31st.
I noticed the audit, there's two different audits. One was just for the assembly. And there was another one for both the assembly and the council. And I think that's the one you had sent me.
The financial audit
Yeah.
is just yearly, and that's in June. This is
Oh, yeah, right.
This is our report of hours, service hours for the year. And that's usually due to Supreme by July 31st, or I'm sorry, January 31st.
January.
But this year they've extended 60 days due to COVID and whatever, or just wanting better reporting, whatever it is, to March 31st.
Okay,
So these are service hours that we're reporting for the 1728 form.
okay. So if I send you our hours, would you put those on the same report?
No, you should keep assembly hours separate. You have to file separately from the
Okay,
council.
all right. That's what I just want to clarify.
Yeah, I would suggest any color core hours, hours that are specifically devoted toward the assembly, go on the assembly report, and then any other, church-related activities and go on the council report.
I have the report all made out. It's ready to go. So I was going to send it out to you.
Yeah, no rush if you want to wait and see if you, get
More
some more.
hours.
They've extended the deadline.
Faithful Navigator. So I sent out a paper already. I plan on doing it again through email through the council. And if you look at it, one side is the assembly hours and the other side is council hours. So anybody that received that email can fill out both your council and assembly hours on the same sheet, turn in, and then I'll talk to you and give you what I came up with for the assembly. I will send that out again and probably again a couple more times until we get everybody in. We got until March, but
Yeah.
I plan on sending it out monthly, so.
Okay, great. Thank you, Brother Dave. Any new business? Do you have any new business? No new business. And I guess that was the report of the deputy grand knight, or the grand knight.
Faithful Navigator. I did want to introduce Eric. I didn't catch your last name. Okay, I'm not getting. Don't worry about it. So he is just visiting. He is in the RCIA program right now. And- Oh, you finished it? Oh, so you could become a knight today. No pressure. So I just wanted to welcome him. He wanted to see, what the Knights are all about. He's going to stick around for the council meeting, hopefully, and go from there. So, all right.
Good of the order. If there's any discussion on any topic that you want to bring up, this is a good time to do it. One of the things that I had thought about was a possible get-together Saturday, pizza get-together in Eagle at Idaho Pizza. I don't know if people are interested in that, but I'm going to ask if there's enough people that want to do this, then we should go ahead and do it, and I'll ask for somebody to chair that, to organize it through Idaho Pizza. They do have a room, I think it was a couple of years ago. We had a gathering there and it worked out pretty well. We had a big crowd. So any interest? Anybody want to chair this thing this Saturday? Okay, well, we'll do it at some later time. So for the good of the order, do we have any brothers that are in distress, whether it be their family members or otherwise? Everybody's well. Brother Corbin?
I'll just start with the usual prayers for struggling marriages. I know that the divorce statistics, I think they went up again, and a lot of them do identify as Catholic. So that is something we definitely need to be praying for. And then also for veterans that are struggling with their own demons. A lot of those in COVID as well. So.
Ron and Elaine Catco.
Brother John?
Brother Jerry Sullivan was in the hospital in the last month with some more blood poisoning, blah, blah, blah. I don't know the whole list. He was had an appointment today, and I think he's out of the woods, but I don't know the results of today's blood test, so we continue to pray for Jerry.
I have a request for prayers for my brother-in-law who was just put on hospice. He's 85, but not doing well. So. Sir Knights, is there any further business to come before this assembly? If there be none, we shall proceed to the close of the meeting. Faithful pilot, what are the emblems of this degree?
The flag, the sword, and the cross.
Yes, Sir Knights, these glorious symbols typify patriotism, liberty, and faith, the heaven-sent attributes of our Christian citizenship. Faithful pilot, what say you for the flag?
The flag of our country. We love it and shall ever defend it.
Faithful admiral, what say you for the sword?
Let us keep it bright for liberty's sake.
Faithful captain, what say you for the cross?
This is the cross of Christ, the exponent of Christian ideals, the conqueror of death, the giver of life. Supreme reverence for this sacred symbol will crown our country queen in the sisterhood of nations. It is the bulwark of national honor, the inspiration of patriotism, the guardian of personal worth, for it was crimson with the blood of self-sacrifice.
Sir Knights, undying allegiance to the cross of Christ and to Christ's vicar upon earth.
Stand and kneel for closing prayer to our Father, Hail Mary, and will be. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and in our hour of death. Amen. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. Mary, Queen of Knights,
Pray for us.
Blessed Michael J. McGivney,
Pray for us.
in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Now declare this assembly duly closed until our next appointed meeting next month.
What's that?